Okay, out navigating the city life. Quite interesting trying to get across these streets with all the motorbikes. Check out all these motorbikes. Check that out. They love their motorbikes. And I forget what the statistic is, how many motorbikes to how many people. I forget what it is now, but I mean, look at all these motorbikes. How do you keep track of who's who? But I'm on my way to the iconic Fall of Saigon photo with the Air America helicopter. I guess it was a CIA safe house. And so I'm gonna go see it. I guess it's an apartment complex in today's modern day. But I wanna go check that out before I go to the Vietnam War Remnant Museum. But just getting out here, my maiden walk, just had to get things together at the hotel and things charged up. Finally got my stuff charged, phone charged, power pack charged. So I want to back up to the backup to the backup so I can navigate around this place, you know, and just taking it all in and experiencing it and just watching all these people and how they navigate. And not one accident. I mean, look at how these people drive around here. And look at the power lines up there. Yeah, he's moving his shirt. It's a little humid. It is a little bit humid. You can see it coming off of my head here, but it's all good, man. I love it. I love the heat. It don't bother me none. So I'm going to continue to navigate across this road because I can't be holding a camera and risking my life at the same time. So I want to make sure I can get across this thing safe and make it over there in one piece. So here we go. Okay, I found the spot of the last mission and the flight out of Saigon. Back in 1975, I took some pictures and I'll overlay them so you can see it a little bit closer. But that right there, if you can see, is the landing zone up there. It's from that iconic image of 1975 Fall of Saigon. So a bit of history that I've seen. I'm sure a lot of you have seen that picture. Sounds like a little pig or a dog squealing over there. Anyway, but yeah, that's it over there. So that right there is the landing zone. It actually has written up there, landing zone, the last mission. I'll back up. I can't zoom in with this GoPro, but that's what it says up there. Landing zone, the last mission. So that's where it happened right there, folks. So here we are in 2024, going to be 2025. So a bit of history then and now. So now I'm going to go off to the war, as they call the American War. So I'll go see that museum next. So pretty cool. Quite the place. Quite the place. And so my Google Maps on my phone is working well. And I ended up getting a SIM card, Holafly, I think it's called, something like that. And unlimited data, you know, for the time that you stay. So that's pretty convenient. You can just use your phone as if you're in the United States and you're not getting charged you know, what do you call it, over a big fee or anything like that. So you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and run across this road. Now I'm a local. And what would really make me a local if I learned how to use one of those motorbikes. You know, they're young ladies too. Oh my goodness, if only I could speak some more Vietnamese. This could be a dangerous place for Jim Bukovac, I'll tell you that. Beautiful, beautiful ladies here. I digress. But yeah, now I'm walking and to my next spot. So I'm just kind of checking off my list each day, taking it all in, you know, on the ground, the sights, the smells, the sounds, as you can hear it. It's a very hustling, bustling city, and you've got a little bit of everything here. And but you can see the activity of the cars, the motorcycles, motor scooters, motorbikes, whatever you want to call them. And just, what did we call it? We used to call it, I forget what we called it in the Army, managed chaos. Seems chaotic, but they do it. I like to know what the statistics are on automobile accidents here. I don't know. But they don't really have the ambulance system that we have in the United States. So if something should happen to you, you're pretty much on your own. Help's not going to get to you very soon. So hopefully you know some basic first aid. And I did come across a couple hospitals and clinics that I noted where they're located at. So just in case, if I ever needed to call their version of 911. But here's a traffic circle. Let me pan around. You can just kind of take in the traffic circle. And it looks like they're preparing for some festivities, maybe for the Lunar New Year, maybe coming up here soon. But I've seen some things that are being built. And but here we go. Let me just turn this camera around so you can see it yourself. I wonder what that says. Vietnamese Army. I wonder if they're recruiting. Not that I would join, but I'm just reading it. And the nice thing about the language is it's written in regular letters. And the language here, if you don't know, is tonal. So you have these dots and dashes that signify a tone. So you can have many words like ma, but the way you pronounce it has a different meaning, like ma, ma, ma. So it's very tonal, not the most easiest language to learn. So I've been trying to study a little bit on my own. Xin lỗi. I think that's xin lỗi, excuse me. Or sorry, xin lỗi. Xin chào, hello. Oh, he turned around. So I've been trying to pick up some of the words. Once you get here and you hear it, you start picking it up, because it reminds me of back when I was in Korea. I picked up some of the Korean language, and managed to get around. So I would learn just the basics, how to get a ticket, a train ticket, you know, the Changyeong-ni Yok, which was the Changyeong-ni train station there in Seoul. So once you get on the ground, you start absorbing it, you start picking it up and learning it. So I'm already starting to get the feel of it already. So you throw me in the middle of this place, I'll tell you what, I can start picking some stuff up. And if I can get that motorbike license, I would love to join them on one of these scooters and travel around. Check them out. I mean, just look at that guy, all in dirt in that one. Utility trike. Yeah, man. And check out the bottled water on that guy. Just really cool. Anyway, enough chatting. And boy, some more government stuff here. Not sure what it says, but anyway, I'm gonna go off to that museum now. A lot of tourists here too that I notice. I think a lot of, I don't know, Germans maybe, Middle Eastern people, Chinese come here. See that? So you got a lot of people coming like me as tourists. All right, I'll quit talking. It's time to move on to the next point. Okay, that was about a 15-minute walk from the landing pad on top of the building. That's one thing, check that out. Motorbikes on the sidewalk. Not necessarily the best practice, but it's something that is just kind of looked over. So you've got people who just drive their motorbikes right on the sidewalk. So you have to be very, very careful walking. But anyway, I made it to the museum. Again, it was just a 15-minute walk from the that landing zone up there, which I think is now a modern day apartment building, I think it is, and some businesses there. So, but here we are. You can see behind me some tanks. Big old Chinook helicopter here. So we're gonna get in there and we're gonna go check it out. This is just a peek from the outside. Looks like there's a bit of a line to get in there, but that's okay. I can chit chat and mingle with the locals. And so here we go. Next stop. Warms my heart to see that US Army on that helicopter right there. Yeah, man. I never flew one of those, but I got a lot of flight time riding in the back of those suckers. Impressive. I got stories about those helicopters, man. Task Force 160th back in the SF days. Topic for another day. Let's get in there. Waiting in line. Welcome to the War Remnants Museum. Bao Ting Chung Di Chin Tran. I gotta work on my pronunciation. I believe the call sign for this was Bird Dog. Bat 2-1, remember that movie, Bat 2-1 with Gene Hackman? I think that was off of a real life story. Older guy got shot down. Bat 2-1, baby. Now this looks like something out of World War II. Here we go. The UH-1 Huey. I never did get to fly one of these. I would have loved to have flown one. Had a T-53 Lycoming engine in it. The Chinook had a T-55. (101st Airborne). Well, what's this plane, Jim? Oh, I don't know. A1 Sky Raider. All right. Go check out the aircraft and then I'll go inside. Ah, the war materials. It's still a shame, you know, that we have to have such a racket. Another plane. I'm not sure what it is because the placard's on the other side and I can't see it. All right.
And when released, this one will be triggered.
A-37 fighter bomber. Okay. Not too familiar with all the Air Force planes that flew in Vietnam. I remember John McCain, he got shot down, broke his arms ejecting out of the plane. He was in the Hanoi Hilton for I don't know how many years, prisoner of war. They got released when in 1973. A little history class here. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna stay outdoors, get all the outdoor stuff first. You can see it's a very popular place. Very popular place to see here. Flamethrower, jeez. That's the flamethrower up there. Armor personnel carrier, is that what this is? Yeah. B-214. Interesting. I guess they cleared a lot of jungle with this. Never should have happened, you know. War should have never have happened. All the people that died and killed, civilian, military, Australian Army, who was at New Zealand. You had other services that fought in the war besides the US. I know the Australians took a hit. They lost a lot of good people too. And then all the civilian, the Vietnamese people. In my understanding, you still got places that you have to be careful for unexploded ordnance, damage from the Agent Orange that they sprayed, the defoliant. It's just a crying shame. But these Chinook helicopters, man, I've always was impressed by these things. They're just beasts of a machine. Beast of a machine. I did a sling load of a Humvee one time. A Chinook hovered over me. We were sling loading a Humvee and I hooked it on the onto the cargo hook underneath here. They don't have the cargo hook out, but they've got a couple cargo hooks that are come down. Now this is what my grandfather was in. My grandfather was a track vehicle mechanic, World War II, Korea. So he knew the ins and outs of these machines. how to maintain them. Anything with a track on it, he knew. I just wished I would have picked his brain more. But he told me some stories, but now that I'm older, I would have loved to have asked him more. M48. I'm sure he would know. I'm sure he would know. M41. Guy's getting his picture taken. Another earth mover. Bulldozer. Put an engine in it, still work today. Hell yeah. What the hell? .105 howitzer. Yeah, buddy. Call for fire. Fire mission. Over. Target reference points. Oh yes, right here. Yep. A lot of fire missions called. A lot of fire missions called. Fire for effect. Danger close. Oh yeah, I remember. Boat operations. M60. Also called the pig. Get that pig up here. This is what they were talking about. This thing right here. .62 round. Oh, what the heck is all this? Looks like bombs, ordnance. Prepping the LZ. Dropping ordnance on an area before going in. Jeez. It's a shame I know all that stuff. Alright, let's go inside. Alright. Of course, no museum's complete without a souvenir shop. There's that. Some video going on. A little bit of history. And then you can walk through and do a lot of reading. Where do you start? Where do you start? It's a lot of reading. I'm gonna go upstairs. Second floor, and it goes up to a third floor. I just talked about that Agent Orange effects. And then how many veterans to this day are dealing with that Agent Orange? What was it? Dioxin? That chemical in it? Ugh. And then all the people that it impacted in Vietnam, the civilians. We compensate our people in the U.S., but I don't think that the Vietnamese people get compensated for Agent Orange. Little side note, you might want to double check me on that one. But I think that's the case. They never did get any compensation for it. I digress. Dioxin. Yep. I wasn't too far off. war crimes. Yeah, this bit of the trip's a little depressing. You know, the Mili Massacre. It's a crying shame. But this is history. But this is part of history. And I know some people want to erase history, changing names to things and all the rest, as we've gotten more woke in our culture. Water torture. A rag is placed over the man's face and water is poured on it, making breathing impossible. Members of the 1st Air Cavalry used water torture on a prisoner in 1968. There it is. It's a shame. That's what they did, man. And who knows what I would have done if I was born back then. I was just a baby. But if I served in the war, what would I have done? I don't know. I don't know. But they've got some really graphic images in here. I don't even know if I even want to show them. I probably won't. I won't show this. It's that bad. Some very graphic images. Now, you turn the camera. Front toward enemy. The old Claymore mine, which every soldier goes through basic training, learns how to use. I see the light, I see the light, I see the light. I got some stories about those Claymore mines and what you can do with those. Another story for another day. Jeez. Truly, truly tragic. Yeah, your standard M14s, M16s came out in the 60s. Who's doing the shooting? Who's doing the shooting? I don't know. BAR. Where's your BAR? Right there it is. I lost it in the channel. You better get another one. There's your air modified M60. Yep. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. This is depressing. Go to the third floor and maybe move on out. Photo collection of war correspondents, guide in action, Indochina. Yeah, a lot of war correspondents died during the war. A lot of people don't realize that. It just keeps on going.
Maar ik ben wel een dikke buurt, dus we moeten wel eens burger. Dus daar moet je ook in. Dus dan als je ook zo kunt acteren. Maar net zoals dan collega's en zij zit dan ook niet bij de hand.
Mekong Delta 1968. We'll be going through the Mekong Delta here soon too. I'll be taking a trip out that way. We're gonna get right in it. Sling load. Not sure if a little kid should be in here seeing some of this stuff. That little girl's gonna have nightmares. Or this little boy here. But it's history. I guess the kid should probably know it too, I guess.
Sorry?
No night vision goggles either. Or they were primitive goggles, not like what we have today. Made of containers. Shipping containers. Imprisonment system during the Vietnam War. Oh boy. Detention camp for female Vietnamese patriots. Detention camp for students and inner city revolutionary activists. Well, they had a prison for everybody. Con Het Prison. Those were instruments not used for building, I can tell you that. That's an old telephone. Had to get out of there. All right, well, that concludes the War Remnant Museum here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. So there you have it, right here. Got to see it. Pretty cool. So now I can check that off the list. And now it's about 4:30. I'll find something to eat now. I'm starting to get hungry. And you think where you live, rush hour traffic is bad. Check this out. Is this crazy or what?